I want to go over some mistakes that I made with an AutoHotkey script and basically what I've done to correct the mistake at this point. So on here now, I should probably show you how my window switching works before we actually get into the mistakes. And then the mistakes will make a lot more sense, as well as how I'm addressing the problem. So basically I use AutoHotkey for quick window switching sometimes, which is quite nice. So if I want to switch to Obsidian, boom. If I want to minimize, if I want to switch to Notepad++, of course. That's Obsidian, that's Notepad++. If I want to pull up my editor, I can do that quickly. If I want to pull up Chrome, do that quickly. Brave, if I want to have multiple windows open and quickly switch between those open windows from most recent to least recent and cycle through that particular program, then I use this. This is basically how the script works. So I took this from Terran Van Hamert. Terran VH on GitHub should have a script for how this works, but basically if the window or the program I'm trying to switch is not currently open, it'll open it. And when it does that, it'll also create what's called a group, which is used for switching, basically cycling all the programs that are open. So if I have like 5 Windows Explorer windows open, so right here now I got 4 Explorer windows open, 5 actually, 6 I mean. I can't get myself straight. Anyway, so my WinShift1 is switching between Explorer windows. See how it's cycling everything from most recent to least recent and then back. I just simply repeatedly press that, and if there's no Explorer window open at all, it opens one up. So let's just close that real quick. So yeah, basically if that program is not open, it'll open it up. It'll create a group so that all of the open windows are part of that same group and it can cycle them. Then basically it checks if that particular program is active, then it goes to the next most recent window of that program and cycles through. Otherwise, it'll activate the most recent copy from whatever program I was already on. And same goes for pretty much everything else. Obsidian looks a little bit different because I'm opening it with a URI rather than a typical program path. And that works best for me. In general, this is the rule. Just run the program. I may have to specify a path depending on the program, like this one. And then yeah, they all follow pretty much the same rules. So it's pretty neat. I use the number keys, as you can see, based on my shortcuts. I could probably use letters, but I just never thought of that, and I've been using this for years. My muscle memory is used to this, so there's no reason to change it. So now I'm going to talk about some mistakes I've made involving this. So some of my programs just weren't switching correctly for whatever reason, and the way I fixed that was basically I just copy and pasted and forgot to change the name of the group. So it was thinking it was part of this group when it was really part of this one. And I just had to come up with a new group name and suddenly it worked. So yeah, if you're having weird behavior with the program switching, you may have forgot to change the group name. Just wanted to point that out. So something else that I wanted to show with this is, for whatever reason, if I open up Chrome either would open up but not visibly appear, or it would appear but the address bar would not be in focus. And no matter how many times I try to hit the Chrome shortcut, it just simply would not go in focus even though it was clearly there. Then I had to use Alt-Tab, and it's literally the last item on Alt-Tab because it was never in focus during the entire life of the execution cycle. So yeah, that was a real pain to deal with. Brave never did that, but Chrome always did. Sorry, my webcam overlay freezes. That always happens when I open up a web browser on my system that I'm recording with. Don't know why, but very minor. So anyways, yeah, Chrome just wouldn't get in focus, so I have to manually click the URL bar because mousing is a pain. I mean, it's okay most of the time, but if you can use keyboard shortcuts, I would very much prefer that. Basically, Chrome just wouldn't get in focus and I had to manually click it. So I used AI to ask how to deal with that. And basically, this is the change that it made. So look at Brave and then look at the Chrome one. The differences besides the group name and the actual executable is part of the suggestion. So see how I have this whole if statement right here, and I do group activate, but now I do when activate and when wait active. That was the suggestion with the AI chatbot, and some of the stuff up here is different too. So the differences you see between this one and this one, aside from the actual program differences, are what I did to fix Chrome not getting in focus by default. So right here, Chrome is in focus right away because this makes it work. If I were to adapt it to the old system, it'll never get in focus automatically for whatever reason. This fixes it. So I just wanted to kind of showcase how I deal with that. So if you have a program, when you're doing something like this and it doesn't get in focus right, then these might be the kind of differences that are needed. So if you have that problem, adapt it to your programs. Maybe it'll fix it, I don't know. Or use the AI chatbot, which is basically what I did. And I just wanted to kind of showcase that. So that's my window switching and how I dealt with some of the problems that it's given me.